Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So, I know it's been a little while again. I know I feel like I open every video with that now. But it has been a little while since I uploaded a video. I am trying to kind of space everything out, but I've got some really cool stuff to show you guys today. Gonna try and stick with a Chevy truck theme here. I've got some really cool new GMT 400, like 90s model Chevy pickup trucks from M2 over here. I've got both of the brand new Johnny Lightning Classic Gold Series. They've just released, I believe this is a 2002 Chevy Silverado, so we'll check that out. We've got an SSR, an El Camino, another old Chevy pickup truck, and the Chevy Citation, just because I thought that was kind of cool, but that's another brand new one. These three, or I should say four with this guy down here as well, very recent releases from Johnny Lightning, as well as this stuff from M2 over here is pretty new as well. And I think, well, this is actually a little bit older. This is a couple years old. I've actually had this, I think this is a 1950 or 51? Yeah, 1950 Chevy pickup truck. I've had that sitting on my shelf for quite some time, so, as well as this El Camino. So it'll be nice to get these open. And then, as you guys know, we've figured out the secret to getting these decals off of the M2 trucks at least, so I will be taking the Coca-Cola decals off of these two M2 trucks somewhere along the line in the video. I'm probably not going to spend too much time talking about it, just because I did an entire video of me screwing up a Johnny Lightning truck, which, in case you were wondering, is actually right here. I did successfully manage to get most of, well, it looks a lot better on camera, honestly. But I got all the decals off. I did take some paint off of the hood as well as the roof. If you can kind of see, the roof doesn't quite look perfectly smooth anymore. That's because it's been repainted with an oil paint pen and a paintbrush by me, because I did start to get down to the unpainted parts of some of the stuff I was using to get the decals off. But I'll try and do a before and after picture, or if you want, you guys can go back to the video where I thought I completely ruined this truck. I would like to touch up that little bit of paint missing in the center of the hood there. The camera's having trouble focusing on it, but you can kind of see there is a bit of paint missing down the center line of the hood. So I would like to fix that up, but we managed to mostly save... Oh, come on, can you please focus here? There we go. I did manage to save most of that Chevrolet badge on the front of the hood there. The doors and fender badges survived. The detail on the doors, you can see there's a little bit of that decal left in the door trim there. You can see some of the blue and red coloring from it, but we saved the K5 Blazer decal on the side of the truck, which is important. And then it still has the Colonel Mustard license plate. But I just figured I'd show that to you guys. I was able to kind of rescue this thing from being a hideous eyesore sitting in my drawer, so it will sit amongst the rest of my collection now. I am very happy with how it finally came out. Just took a little bit of extra elbow grease to get those decals off of that one. So, there you go. Figured I'd give you guys some good news with that one. Anyway, I'm gonna scoot these Johnny Lightnings over to the side here. We'll save them for a little later in the video. I want to get these, all three of these M2 machines here opened up, and we'll take a look at these, we'll take a look at this one first. This is really cool. This one's actually a Chevy, and then these two on the bottom are actually GMCs. But we'll take a look at them, and then I'll probably pause the recording, go remove these Coca-Cola decals, and then we'll take another look at them and keep moving right along. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video and actually get all three of these trucks opened up. And I'm going to go get something to drink too. I'm thirsty. Okay, we're back. That took a little longer than I thought. M2's boxes can be a little... Got to be a little careful sometimes. Really cool stuff. Really cool stuff here. I absolutely love all three of these trucks. If you remember, I have been on the hunt for this casting from M2. I do have two other ones, both... Oh, here we go. There they are. Two Chevrolet Silverados. These are the, I think this one on the left is a 454, and I believe this one was just a regular 1500 with a 350 small block. I'd have to find the box, but both of these are the lowered style, so I was really excited to find 3 of the lifted ones. Now, let's go over, get those guys back where they belong. Some really interesting details, so I'm going to scoot this back. We're going to talk about these two with the back racks on them. First of all, these are not secured in any way, shape, or form, so like if you pick the truck up, they just fall right off, which is kind of a good thing, kind of a bad thing. So the tan one here on the right, I would really like to keep the bed rack on there, and as well as the snorkel on the side. It has the off-road bumper. I think that's a cool off-road package for that one. However, this blue one, the Chevrolet, because the silver and tan ones, the Coca-Cola ones, are both GMCs. The Chevrolet, I personally think, looks a lot better without the back rack on it, or overlander luggage rack, whatever you want to call it. I think that just looks a lot better on its own. Cab and bed alignment are a little wonky on this guy, I'm not going to lie. See if I can maybe squish that a little bit straighter. It's not much better. But we'll take a quick look. So this is a 1993 Chevy K1500. We've got the 350 small block under the hood. Obviously four-wheel drive. I will make an interesting note here. These, I get that it's a toy truck, but it's got a solid front axle suspension with leaf springs, so that would, in this case, have to be aftermarket, because the this body style and anything newer than this body style of even the four-wheel drive K1500s, 2500s, 3500s, they were all independent front suspension with torsion bars. They did away with solid axles at the end of the square body. These were the last ones to get solid axles. But a really nice looking truck. We took a look at we got a 350 small block under the hood. 1993, so this is the first year that they were actually considered a Silverado 1500, and then you had your trim packages like LT, LS, LTZ, or I'm sorry, not LTZ, Z71. Was there a Z? Yeah, there was a Z71 back then, I believe. I could be mistaken, but so from 88 and 89, the 1500s went to this body style, whereas the 2500s stayed in the square body style until, I believe, 1992. 1992 was also, I believe, the last year for throttle body injection on the 350s. That could have been 1994. I'd have to fact check myself, but anyway, I'm starting to get down a rabbit hole here. Anyway, yeah, first year for the Silverado name. Before this, the Silverado was technically a trim package, and then you had the Cheyenne and the Scottsdale were the other trim packages for the K1500. But after 1993, it was the Silverado 1500. I think that was the idea I was trying to convey there. Kind of got lost in my own thoughts there. Let's go ahead and get the hood shut on this guy. Very nice looking truck. I absolutely love this blue, and it really looks great with this this Auto World square body here. So I believe that's a 77 or a 78 versus a 1993 Chevy pickup trucks. Really cool stuff. I am so excited to have 3 of these. I'll see if I can get some pictures to show up in here somewhere of the body styles I've had of these. I've had 3 of these. I've had a Tahoe, a Suburban, and a step-side pickup truck. I had a single cab step-side 4x4 pickup truck that was it was a 5-speed manual with the 5.7 liter 350 small block. It was a sweet truck, and every time I think about it, it makes me sad because I never could get it to like run right. It wouldn't. It was just. It had so many problems. It was a phantom valve tick that I could never figure out. The frame was rotted in weird places, and I wanted that truck to be cool, but I never had the time or the money to put into it. But it was a super cool truck. Anyway, let's check out the silver Diet Coke truck now. Something interesting to note here, if you remember, the blue one has a standard 350 small block under the hood, what appears to be a standard 350 small block, whereas this Diet Coke one here has what appears to be an LS out of a Corvette, it looks like. Those look like Corvette valve covers, or at least that big LS, what do you call it? The big plastic thing that goes on top of the engine to make it look pretty. The LSs have those big red ones, and then you can kind of see the intake manifold in the center. Looks like a stack of bananas. You've got the intake that comes out and makes an L over to the driver's side. Very LS looking engine in there, so very possible that this is a custom build. Actually, I'm looking at the other one actually has the same engine setup in it, so that's pretty cool. Looks like both of the Coca-Cola variations have the LS in them. I wonder, would that look... I only like it on this one because this one has the off-road bumper. Let me check that out real quick. Go ahead and zoom in on that. You can see it's got an off-road style bumper on the front of the tan one there versus the standard... Oh god, stuff's falling. Versus the standard chrome bumper on the other GMC here. Both of these, like I said, are GMCs. My Suburban is a GMC. My Suburban's a 2500 though. Let's see if I can. Well, if I edit this right, you'll see the pictures come up. But anyway, I'll go ahead and make sure that is all the way in the bed there. It's better. Very, very cool looking truck. A lot of nice variations and details across these different castings. I really like that. They've all got mirrors on them as well, which makes me really, really happy, because the mirrors are actually one of my favorite features about these trucks. If you ask anybody who owns one of these, the factory mirrors, oh, they're way too small, because they are. They're absolutely tiny, but they look so cool. They look really sharp, really like nice and sleek. So very, very cool stuff. So real quick, I'm going to go ahead and take the Coca-Cola graphics off of these two trucks. We'll get one last good look at them. We got the one on the hood of the tan one is actually kind of neat, but not neat enough to keep. And then the other one is Diet Coke, and Diet Coke's kind of gross anyway, so meh. Alright guys, so that was, a little bit of effort, but a big, big payoff. So there are our de-Coca-Colified Chevy Silverados along with the, I'm sorry, I keep calling these Silverados. These are GMC Sierras, what is it? They're both 1998 GMC Sierras. So 98, a little bit of a later year model, definitely some interior upgrades as opposed to the 93, a little bit better of a fuel injection system, same 5.7 liter from the factory, although we saw that these two appear to have some sort of, I guess, a Corvette LS or a Camaro LS. In 98, the only thing that had an LS was a Corvette and a Camaro. Right? I think so. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and zoom out here. We've got a nice view of... Come on. All 5 of my M2 Machines GMT 400 platform pickup trucks. Very excited to have 5 of these now. I absolutely love this casting. We've got our little square body still sitting in the back there. Go ahead and put that back. This is one of my favorite castings from M2. Expect to see a lot more of these guys on the channel. So with that being said, I think we're about halfway through the video. So we're going to start getting into the Johnny Lightning portion of the video. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this stuff up and start cracking open some Johnny Lightnings. Oh, before I get too far, I do want to show you, this is the matching box for the blue Chevy, and then got the cases for the 2 GMCs. These were the cards for those guys. With them too, like I always say, we never really get much information from them, but it's still cool to check out the cards. So go ahead and get those tucked in the drawer just so you guys know I didn't forget about that stuff. Alright, so for our Johnny Lightnings, we've got quite a few cars from the latest Classic Gold release. We've got the 1981 Chevy Citation X11. We've got both color variations, had to have these. The 2002 Chevy Silverado. Quite an interesting orange there. I don't know if I've ever actually seen one in that color. The Chevy SSR, this is a 2005 Chevy SSR. Very cool car, truck thing. And then some older stuff, like I said, this is another Classic Gold. This is the 1950 Chevy 3100 pickup truck. And then down here on the end, we've got a 67 Chevy El Camino. I've got quite a few different El Caminos from Johnny Lightning that are very similar to this casting. I've got a couple 66s, a couple 67s, and so on. But yeah, there's literally one sitting right there. I think there's a couple more up in the case. But let's get started with, we'll save the Citation. You know what, let's get the Citation out of the way. This thing's kind of interesting. Kind of a weird car, but you know. I'm going to adjust our camera just a little bit here so we can get a bit of a better view of what we're looking at on the stand. Forgot my camera wasn't quite perfectly adjusted. Alright, so here is our 1981 Chevy Citation X11 in bright yellow. Our paint code here even says bright yellow. And our classic facts, it says, I'll bring it over here. More powerful than previous years, the standard engine in the Citation X11 was the 135 horsepower, high output 2.8 liter V6. Woo. A friend of mine back in high school had a Buick, no, what was it? An Olds Cutlass Sierra, a little front wheel drive. I think it was like an 86 with a 2.8 liter, and that thing was the slowest car on earth. It says the X11 would accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 8.5 seconds, which was pretty good for the Malaise era. Yeah, I can't actually argue with that. That is pretty good for 1981. Ugly little thing. I mean, kind of ugly, kind of cool looking though. I don't know. I don't hate it. I think we're getting to a point where Malaise era cars from like the late 70s and early 80s are just starting to become cool again because they're it's the age of it has the it's because they're getting so old that the age contributes so much to the cool factor that it doesn't really matter that it was kind of a lame car. It's just so old that they're cool now. With most stuff. There are always some exceptions to the rule. But this thing is really cool. I would sure love to see like a Citation X11 all, you know, in factory pristine condition at a car show. I think that'd be pretty cool to see. Very interesting. We're starting to get into the front wheel drive era of stuff here. Where's my little tool? My little pointer. Sorry, I'm making a mess here. Ugh. That was a bad decision. Anyway, so interestingly enough, they actually went as far as to detail in the little strut towers inside the engine bay there, and that is where the suspension would mount. This thing is a completely different color on camera than it is in person. In person, it's a much more like faded yellow. On camera, it looks very, very bright, very canary yellow. But either way, very nice car. I think it's kind of cool looking. I like the louvers on the back window. That's neat. And then we have our license plate here. It says Rare X11. Yeah, there's I feel like, and I'm not saying this particularly about this car, but I feel like people in the collector car community often confuse the term rare with the term undesirable. Like, rare means there wasn't a lot of them made. Undesirable means there wasn't a lot of them purchased because nobody wanted them, you know. But anyway, that is the 81 Chevy Citation X11 from, let's see, this is 2022 release number 3, and we're just now getting them. So we're a little behind. We haven't seen any of the 2023 releases yet. It's September. Actually, no, it's October now. And this stuff really, like, just went on sale on Johnny Lightning's website. This is 2022 release number 3. So we're still waiting for 2023 release number 1. You know, who knows when that'll be. But anyway, that is... Oh, I never showed you what it looks like with the hood closed. We do have some little... there you go, 2.8 liter high output V6 on the hood there, a little hood scoop action, or cowl hood. Neat. So next up, we're going to open up these two 2002 Chevy Silverados. Now, if you guys have been on the channel for a while, you'll know this is a body style of truck that is very near and dear to my heart. I have one sitting in my driveway. Actually, it's not a pickup truck. I have a Tahoe. I have a 2005 Tahoe, but it is the same front end, same body style, and I absolutely love that thing. That is an awesome, awesome, awesome vehicle. I love that truck. But anyway, we are going to get both of these 2002 Chevy Silverados opened up at the same time here. Alright guys, here we go. What an absolutely beautiful pair of trucks. I really, really love this dark maroon one. I'm going to scoot the orange guy back a little bit. Maroonish, almost like a root beer brown. I actually had the fun privilege of working on, I think it was this body style, but it was the facelift, if you've ever heard of the cat eye. It's when they changed the headlights to be a little bit more aggressive looking on these body styles. But the truck was this same color, and I put an air ride suspension system on it, and it was a really nice looking truck. But that was at the Jeep shop that I used to work at. Anyway, very, very nice looking truck. We've got our Chevrolet Silverado badge on the back there. So, as I referred to before, this body style that ran from, well, for the 1500s, this body style went from 1988 to 1997. It was the last year for the 1500s to have this body style. For the 2500s, this body style, 25 and 3500s, this body style started in 1993 and then went all the way, I think, until 2001 or 2, or maybe 2000, early 2000s. And I know for a while you could get a 2500 in this body style and this body style. You could get the 2500 Silverado Classic in like 2001 and 2002 because there was just an overstock of these. So they were sold as 2001 and 2 model years, even though they were late 90s model trucks. But anyway, we're talking about 1500s. So for the 1500, this body style started in 1998 and ran all the way up until 2006 with a facelift in, I believe, 2004. Really great truck. Arguably one of the best trucks ever made throughout the early 2000s. The 5.3 liter V8 is an absolute powerhouse. They're bulletproof as long as you can replace lifters. We won't get into that. But really just all around great trucks. I love that this casting has mirrors on it. I like the wheels on here, although I would have liked to have seen something a little, like maybe not black wheels. I just like chrome or shiny, something shiny. Looks like that is an LS badge on the side, so that's an LS trim package. Not to be confused with the LS engine that's in like that SSR. This would be, I believe, an LM7 is the RPO code for this engine, the 5.3 liter in these. I believe it's the LM7, or that might be later years. I could be mistaken. But yeah, very nice looking color. So this is actually not root beer brown. This is cherry red poly. So we'll go ahead and check out our fun facts for this one here. It says, the 2002 Silverado was offered in 3 trim levels, base, LS, and LT. Each was also offered with a regular or extended cab, as well as a 6.5 or 8 foot bed. Optional on the 1500 short bed with 4-wheel drive and Z71 package was a non-rusting molded composite bed. I never had one of these as a pickup truck, so I don't really know much about the composite bed, but that's pretty interesting. So we'll go ahead and shut that hood. Take another look at that. Very nice looking truck. I absolutely, positively love it, love it, love it. Very, very cool. So let's go ahead and take a look at our little orange friend here. Pretty much the same truck, just bright freaking orange. I don't know if I've ever seen one in this color. It's quite a loud color. I don't know if it would be my first choice, but it looks pretty cool, and it's I guess it's fun to have it as a die cast in a bright color because it makes it stand out in the collection. There we go. Get that up on the stand there. Very, very nice looking truck. Again, single cab pickup truck. You know, simple, basic, all you need. Very nice. I imagine these are 2-wheel drive trucks because of the ride height, but anywho. It says, Quadra-steer was an available option on the 2002 Silverado, allowing low-speed 4-wheel steering to assist with parking and towing. I think Quadra-steer was only on the bigger stuff, like the 25 and 3500s, but I could be wrong about that. 2002 was the last year before the Cat-Eye restyled front end of 2003. There you go. 2003 was the Cat-Eye update. Well, according to Johnny Lightning. I could be wrong. It could be 2004, but maybe not. But either way, really, really cool stuff. Absolutely thrilled to have these in the collection now. So I'm very, very happy about that. So we'll go ahead and get those parked up. And we'll keep moving right along here. We've got our 2005 Chevy SSR. Very, very cool. We'll talk a little bit about this thing once we get it out of the box here. All right, so the Chevy SSR. What cool, but like not cool at the same time looking thing. I don't know, you either love them or hate them. Personally, I think they're really cool. I think it was like, I don't know. The fact that you could get it with a 6-liter LS2 and a T56 6-speed manual in a little convertible pickup truck thing, like, I just thought that was the coolest thing ever. But a lot of people did not really catch on to the styling of these. I guess you could call it a truck. But yeah, I feel like if people had caught on to these more, they would have been much more common to see getting souped up and worked, because the drivetrain in these things was absolutely phenomenal. You know, you have an LS drivetrain with a manual transmission option, but they just, people were not really into the way they looked. And it's a shame, because it's a really great representation of just like the weird, kooky, goofy experimentation that was going on with GM in the early 2000s, you know, and I should say everybody too. Chrysler was pumping out some weird stuff. So was Ford. Chrysler had, you know, you remember the PT Cruiser? That was extremely ugly and weird, but those were a lot more popular, actually. Yeah, I don't know. I think it was like kind of a modern day El Camino, like a modern day El Camino SS. But yeah, people didn't love them. I specifically remember growing up when I was in high school and also middle school too. They were the buildings were on the same property. There was one of the property maintenance guys that worked for the school. I guess he would, like, you know, mow the lawn and whatever and fix telephone poles, whatever they do. He had a big purple one of these. He had a purple Chevy SSR, and I would see it every day parked in the school parking lot. And I remember it specifically because the guy that owned it, the maintenance guy, he was just like this big, heavy-set, fat guy with a big, bushy Santa Claus beard, and I would see him driving around in this purple SSR, and it was like just the funniest thing you could imagine. But I'm sure he loved that thing. It was probably a blast to drive, so, you know, more power to him. So, let's take a look at our card here for our little SSR. So our paint code is the classic GM paint Torch Red. It says SSR stands for Super Sport Roadster. That's right, it uses the SS badge and then an R for just Roadster. Knocking it off the lift here. It says, although the SSR is a convertible hardtop, it is actually considered a pickup truck. That's right, it's registered as a pickup truck because it does have a bed separate from the cab. So, ooh, you know what? This is our last one from this. This SSR is also from the same series, 2022 release number 3. So this is the rest of the stuff. We've got the SSR there, the Citation, the Silverado. We are only missing the Viper and the 71 Pontiac Grand Prix. Although I do have my fair share of Pontiac Grand Prix. Oh no, I'm knocking over my water bottle. So, anywho, we'll get that guy parked up with all his Chevy friends, and we'll get into our last two truck/cars of today's video. We've got a 67 Elko here with the collector tin. You can't see the actual car, it's up here. And then the 1950 Chevy 3100. Let's crack the El Camino open first. All right, so here is our 67 Chevy El Camino in Granada Gold Poly. Really nice color. I absolutely love this gold. Very sparkly. Makes my brain happy. Let's see, we don't have an opening hood on here. Although, what does that say? Can we read it? I see a 4. Oh, come on, 427? It looks like it says 427 on there. We'll go ahead and say it's a 427 for fun. Really nice rally wheels on there. Really like those with the red striped tires. Nice little El Camino badge on the back of the bed there, and then again on the tailgate. We do have a license plate on here. It says 1967 El Camino. Did we check our plates? SS or Super. We didn't check our plates. We checked the X11 plate. It said rare X11. The Silverados didn't have plates. Okay. And neither did any of the pickup trucks, the M2 pickup trucks, so we're good on the plates there. Anywho, really, really cool looking El Camino. Like I said, I've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got a lot of El Caminos in my collection. Specifically these Johnny Lightning like 66 and 67 castings. They've really been milking this casting. I shouldn't say that. I go right out and buy them right up, so. But either way, great looking car. And then of course we do get the collector tin to go with it. This will go in the box full of these. I literally have multiple boxes full of collector tins in my closet there. I'm gonna do something with them someday. once I get a little bit more room, but that's in the works. So take a quick look at our card here for the El Camino. There's our one collector fact. It says all El Caminos got a new 3-spoke steering wheel, and consumers could choose from a wide variety of wheel covers. We chopped our fact up a little bit there. Yeah, consumers could choose from a wide variety of wheel covers. That's fascinating. Very interesting stuff. Steering wheel covers. Why don't you tell us something about like the engine? How much horsepower does it have? That'd be fun to know. No, steering wheel covers are more interesting then. Anywho, really cool looking car. Really, really like this one. Awesome, awesome, awesome addition to the collection. So that is a row of Johnny Lightnings. They're starting to build up over here. I'll scoot these in so you guys can see them a little bit more. Give you something for the background. Alright, so last one for today's video, guys, going to be the 1950 Chevy 3100. My father and I have come to an interesting conclusion, and it's that the side windows apparently may have been optional on 1949 and 1950 model year pickup trucks. We've been trying to figure out what year his truck was, either a 49 or a 50. His... Oh, now I can't remember. I think his did not have the side windows in the back there. And for that reason, he thought it was a 49, or maybe he thought it was a 50. I don't know. I'd have to ask him again, but I believe those side windows were optional on either year, so I don't know, maybe that'll help. Anyway, let's get this guy opened up. All right, so like I said, this is a bit of an older one. This is a 2021 release number 3 from Classic Gold Series. We do have a lot of the cars. We've got the Scouts, got the Tradesmans, I do have the other version of this pickup truck, the white one. It's somewhere in my collection. We've got both of those 03 Mustangs, 72 Firebird Formula. I'm not so sure about them, but I have both of the 73 Grand Ams as well. So I have most of this series. This 50 Chevy's just been kind of sitting on the shelf for a while, just waiting to be tossed into a video. Really nice casting, absolutely beautiful truck. It's got an opening tailgate on the back that doesn't exactly want to stay closed, but, oh, there it goes. Nice wood. Oh, let's knock it open again. We've got Chevrolet lettering across the tailgate there, but nice view of the wood panel bed there. Very, very nice. You can even see kind of some of the wood grain detail in it. Nice dog dish wheels. The Chevrolet emblem in the center. You can actually see a reflection off of them. Tan interior, looks really cool. Nice and simple. Straight 6 under the hood, it looks like. This is a 3100, so this is the big boy, the 1 ton. Really great looking truck. Go ahead and shut that hood there. Now my father's Chevy pickup truck had a, I believe a 396 and a 2-speed out of a Chevelle in it. So his was a little bit faster than a straight 6, I imagine. But yeah, very, very good looking truck. Absolutely love this thing. I put the card away before I read the facts to you guys. Let's see, does this have a license plate on it? Oh, no, I don't think it does. Oh well, bummer. Either way, very, very nice casting. I can't get over how huge the front end of that truck is. It is enormous compared to like another... Just an absolutely gargantuan front end. Wouldn't want to get hit by one of these things. It'd probably be a bad day to be a subcompact. So here we go. Here are our fun facts. It says from 1947 to 1955, Chevy trucks utilized the first major redesign after World War II called Advanced Design. Load capacity on the 3100 series was 1,500 pounds. Oh my god. While the 3800s, oh, look at that. So the 3800 series was the 1 ton, and that could haul 2,900 pounds. So the 3100 is I guess a 3/4 ton. So for reference, nowadays a 1500 is a half ton, 2500 is a 3/4 ton, and then 3500 is a 1 ton. So I guess this 3100 would be a 3/4 ton. It's interesting. Very, very nice truck. Lots of very nice trucks for today's video. Let's go ahead and stick them in the parking garage because we can use the parking garage again. Alright guys, so one more time for today's video. These are, what were these? Our two 1998 GMC Sierra 1500s, followed by the 93 Chevy K1500. Absolutely beautiful lineup of trucks. I absolutely love all three of those castings. They look fantastic together. I'm already working on getting that 2.8 liter out of the Citation. We've got the engine crane and some kind of big block to go in it there, so don't worry guys. And then of course upstairs we've got the 2005 Chevy SSR, the 2002 Silverado, the other 02 Silverado of course is down here, and then the 1950 Chevy 3100 and the 67 Chevy El Camino. That is going to do it for today's video, guys. For today's video, right? Yeah. That's going to do it for today's video. There we go. So make sure if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know which car was your favorite, and I will see you guys in the next video.